Hello, this is the Tradesight US Stocks, Futures, and Forex Market Preview for the week beginning Sunday, August 22nd, 2021, ending Friday the 27th. We are heading quickly into the end of August, which thankfully is also close to the end of summer. The week after this one is a full week, August 30th through September 3rd, but that weekend will be Labor Day on Monday the 6th. So probably people leave on Friday the 3rd. They won't be around of September. But when we come back from that, you're back from Labor Day, and we start in earnest what is traditionally the most negative month of the year in the stock market. But let's focus on what we got. We just got through August expiration, usually not a very eventful expiration. Here's a look at the dollar index daily chart. New highs on the dollar, breaking out of a cup and handle formation. Look at the euro dollar. It's the inverse of the dollar index, breaking down from an inverted cup and handle formation. You've got the pound dollar inverted cup here. It's been stuck in a range for months, but potentially something there if it breaks under those lows. The Aussie dollar, new lows finally, made a little move this week. The euro yen, I would say not very exciting. The pound yen is just dead flat. Pound Swiss is heading lower, and the New Zealand dollar pair is new lows. All right, so then 30-minute candles. Let's go back to the euro dollar. High to low for the week was basically 130, 140 pips. So this is better than last week, but not that exciting. And again, from Tuesday on, we were stuck in like a 60 pip range, which is nothing. Pound dollar, on the other hand, had a better week. High to low for the week's about 270 pips. A little bit more interesting. Look at that 13 sell signal right at the high and a 13 buy signal right at the low. So it's a good signal overall. You can see it better if I just kind of do that a little bit. But, I wouldn't say it was the most exciting week just because it was only really Tuesday and Thursday were the only 2 days that really saw much action or did much in the way of moving around. So that's that. Now let's take a look at the U.S. stock market. Here's the ES front month futures contract. Daily chart, the broad market and futures forum started to sell off. Monday was not that eventful. Tuesday, lower. Wednesday, lower. Thursday, gapped down, but then bounced. Friday, came back a bit. Still closed lower for the week on the ES. Let's go through the major daily charts. So here's crude oil. Which was down $1.64 on Friday and down for the whole week, really. So from 68 down to 62.30, 61.86 for the close. It's inverted cup in the middle of hurricane season, so you can't get too unexcited about that. Gold down 50 cents after that weird bounce day back 2 weeks ago. S&P cash up 35.87 on Friday. Why not? Nasdaq 100, after looking kind of weak earlier in the week, also came back a bit. Still under the 13 sell signal line. That's the high of the session, but down 158 points. So, I'm sorry, up 158 points on Friday. SOX up 20. The biotech's up 84. Russell 2000 up 35.17. But look at this. I mean, seriously, 6 months of this junk, unbelievable. The VIX closes down $3.11. A big drop in the VIX after spiking back to 25 earlier in the week. So it went from 15 to 25 and almost all the way back. The trend closes at 0.68. That's a low close there, but the 10-day still at 1.10. There's not really any huge numbers about to drop off, so I wouldn't see that changing too much. Nasdaq volume, 3.8 billion again. Really not very exciting. Volume was down most of the week. Advanced decline ratio on the Nasdaq plus 1583, so way more stocks up than down, but the rest of the week was negative. On the New York plus 1386, but again, rest of the week was way more negative. So this is the first good positive day for market breadth of the week was Friday for expiration. Google gains 34.99, Apple up $1.49, Netflix gains $3.17, Amazon gains $12.20, Tesla up $6.79, not really much there. Facebook up $4.25. Zoom, none of these are at new highs, by the way. Zoom up $4.48, that's been down. Goldman Sachs up $2.30, also down off the highs. TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, just up 10 cents. And then the Dow was up 225. Bitcoin's at 48,715. Up decently. And again, that 13 buy signal right on the money on that Bitcoin situation. So Really, really exciting to see. All right, let's look at the Intra Day Action on the ES. We've got, sorry, let's go to 10-minute candles and let's look at what we did during the course of the whole week. So we got, see the whole week from Friday, close last week. So Monday was a small gap down, went a little lower, but then rallied back up. But then Tuesday we gapped, by the way, that was where we made the most money, is on that gap down and sold off Monday. Tuesday we gapped down dead flat for a couple hours, sold off a bit, but came back, closed about where we opened. Never got back to the highs, never filled the gap from Monday's close. Wednesday, a small gap down that filled quickly and then drifted lower and then sold off just in the last 20 minutes of the day. That's not really helpful for us. Thursday gapped down even more, so there's your low of the week, but then rebounded to fill the gap quickly and wiggled both ways all day, closed about even for the session inside the opening 5-minute candle. Friday opened flat, went up a little bit, and then kind of dead sideways, and that's how you get the Nasdaq side. A little more positive, closed almost unchanged for the whole week. So it is what it is from that perspective. So I wouldn't say there's anything super exciting in here to look at, but you know, hopefully we're get some action like Monday for this next week, and then either way, hopefully we start to see some better action heading into post-summer after Labor Day. Sunday, Australia's got their flash manufacturing and services PMI numbers, as does Japan, as does France, Germany, the European sector, and the UK. All overnight going into the U.S. time here. UK CBI industrial order expectations at 6 a.m. And then the U.S. has flash manufacturing and services PMI numbers. We've got Europe has consumer confidence. We've got existing home sales at 10 a.m. Retail sales out of New Zealand at 6:45. Bank of Japan's core CPI at 1 a.m. German final GDP. Corporate profits out of Canada. CB leading index out of China. New home sales out of the U.S., Richmond Manufacturing Index here in the U.S. at 10 a.m. Eastern Time on, this is already on Tuesday. CB Leading Index of Australia that late that morning. Trade balance out of New Zealand that night here in the U.S. Construction work done out of Australia. And then we're already into Wednesday. Credit Suisse economic expectations, German IFO business climate, UK's CBI realized sales. We had durable goods out of the U.S. at 8:30, Belgium NBB business climate out of Europe, crude oil inventories, that's the weekly number at 10:30 here in the U.S., SPPI out of Japan that night, and private capital expenditures out of Australia. Now we're already into Thursday and nothing major's happened at this point. M3 money supply out of Europe along with private loans, Italian 10-year bond auction, ECB monetary policy meeting accounts, preliminary GDP here in the U.S., that's the second look, so it's not a big one. Initial and continuing jobless claims, natty gas at 10:30, Tokyo core CPI out of Japan, retail sales out of Australia. Friday, German import prices, IPPI and RMPI out of Canada, core PC price index here in the U.S. Friday, along with our goods trade balance, personal income and spending, preliminary wholesale inventories, and revised University of Michigan sentiment. The Jackson Hole Symposium is a 3-day meeting event, so it's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So that's what we got. But again, I just want to focus on the main fact here, right? We are wrapping up summer finally. August is traditionally a positive month. I think we're still up just a little bit, not much though. I mean, this has been really boring. Very tiny days except for a couple this week finally. So a little more action finally, but it still is just, this is not tradable. Like even if you look at this chart and you go, oh, wow, this is so exciting since last year we're up on the S&P or on the Nasdaq. Yeah, but there's so many days where the candles are small, and that's not what we like to see from a day trading perspective. That's about it. Charts as usual brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple of weeks. Have a great trading week.